In this video, we are going to look at doing a linear pattern using the linear pattern tool. So you might remember the tic-tac-toe board from 5th grade. Instead of drawing each circle and each cutout for the tic-tac-toe board individually, I'm going to show you how to use the pattern tool to make it a lot easier. First, we're going to draw our circle in for the peg. And we use 1/2-inch holes now. Quick trick you can do is if you select the center of the circle and then find this orange square, hold shift and select that, you can make them line up vertically, and that orange square represents a midpoint on that line. Sorry, yellow square. So select the midpoint, select the center of the circle. These ones need to be horizontal. And that will lock that right in the middle of there. Alright, once you have your sketch done, and then you can do the extruded cut. We're going to cut these down 1/4 inch. Alright, so now we got our cutout done. Now I could remake that in all 9 sections of my board, or I can use the pattern tool and have it make all of them for me. That is a much better way to do it, because then if you make changes to this, so if you decide I actually want to do a different type of peg or a different type of something, you can come back, and if you change this one, it will change all the rest of them. Alright, so linear pattern tool is on your feature toolbar, and then right here. Okay, so there's lots of options over here for the tool. The first thing I always do is make sure I'm going to see the full preview. So in the bottom left of your screen. And then I choose the feature that I want to pattern. So this box right here is called Features to Pattern. You're going to click in there and select what feature, what 3D thing that you want to pattern. So I want to pattern that cutout. Alright, then I'm going to hit Control 8 so I can see my whole board again. Now for direction 1, this is going to be how I want them to be patterned. So I want my pattern to follow any of these top edges, and you can see that adds those in there for me. Now I did this already once, so it already lined it up how I wanted to, but you can add more numbers of how many times it patterns right here. So this is called the number of instances. And then you can change the spacing by this green box. So if you want a specific spacing, you can shrink these down. You'll see those other instances I added. Add more. Okay. Another option here is going up to a reference. So this is what I would probably do on my board. I would say I want to go however many spaces up to this face. And I only want to do 3. And then you can kind of just play around with the spacing till it lines up how you want it to. Okay, that looks about right. The next thing you can do is open the direction 2 toolbox here. So this was our first direction, which is left to right. Then if we want to do it through the rest of them, we can add direction 2. And I need to, again, select an edge to copy from. Okay, and then turn my instances up. And you see they went up on the wrong side. So I can reverse those right there, increase my spacing, and then I want to do 3 instances of that. Okay, so once you have your pattern set how you want, click the green check mark, and that will cut out all of those at the same time. So again, the reason to do a pattern is, let's say I accidentally made this the wrong size, or I want to change the size of this. Okay, if I change this up to 1 inch now, that's going to change all my other peg slots at the same time, okay, which is a really useful thing. It saves you a lot of time of editing. So that's how you use the pattern tool in a 3D shape, and using it in a sketch is very similar too.